The Council of Islamic Organizations of Greater Chicago, unifying Chicago Muslims within the community and beyond. The Council is the only federation of mosques and Muslim organizations in Illinois. With more than 50 members, the Council represents a collective voice of more than 400,000 Muslims that are working together for the common good. For 17 years, the Council has worked to bring together Muslims from all ethnicities and backgrounds to work together to train teachers, mentor youth, unify community leaders, and empower activists to help promise a brighter future, the future of Muslims in Chicago.
Today is the second Muslim Action Day. We have more than 500 Muslim Americans who came today from all over the states and also from California to advocate for better future for our students and cleaner environment for our families.
I also want to commend all of the organizers and the staff of the Council of Islamic Organizations. Let's give it up once for all of them.
Which organization can bring together 50 leaders from mosques, service organizations, and schools under one roof to work together? Where can imams, physicians, teachers, and attorneys meet to discuss issues that affect the community? Only at the Council's House of Representatives meetings and other events that attract Nigerian and Indian, Syrian and Bosnian, African American and Pakistani, Palestinian and Puerto Rican Muslims to stand side by side in prayer over lunch and in serious deliberations. One example this year was the intra-faith iftar, where immigrant and indigenous Muslim communities broke bread together and vowed to work hand in hand by pairing mosques and organizations to learn from one another.
We've really worked hard to be as honest with each other as possible in discussing cultural distinctions, demographic issues that impact our various communities, and how we can make this dialogue successful without being superficial at all.
The community. Oftentimes we become so involved in our individual priorities and issues that we forget the importance of coming together until we have a crisis where we begin to see ourselves as one, as Muslims, regardless to whether we're African American or Nigerian or Palestinian or whatever. Planning in advance is important so that we don't wait until a crisis to decide that we want to do something for our youth, when we realize that the problem that we experience in our community is very serious, similar to the problem that's experienced in other communities.
The Council is the first point of contact for many organizations that wish to work with Chicago Muslims.
I think Council is important because it's a one voice for the Chicago Muslims. When media, when law enforcement agencies, when our non-Muslim partners look for Muslim organizations, they look for Council.
Whether the Presbytery Church wishes to mark 2009-2010 as the year of Muslim Presbytery dialogue, if the FBI wishes to address the Muslim community about some new developments, or the Chicago 2016 Olympic Committee wants to garner support, they all turn to the Council.
The Muslim community of Chicago has developed tremendous, very important and close ties with our religious neighbors, in particular the Christian community. We've developed covenants signed by the leaders of our communities. We've signed a declaration to work together and to respect one another and to achieve many of the important goals that we want as religious people.
This declaration today is the culmination actually of several years of dialogue, 2 years perhaps, between leaders of the Presbytery of Chicago and the Council of Islamic Organizations. We have discussed many things, we've met one another, we have eaten together, we have identified common commitments in our communities and in the globe.
It's been my privilege since 1997 to work very closely with the Council of Islamic Organizations of Greater Chicago. The Archdiocese and the Council has had this great relationship, and it's been our privilege to attend so many of the iftars And that brought us to many of the different mosques on the north, east and west side, southwest side, here in the city.
When you support the council, you are ensuring that Muslims are represented by a unified voice with interfaith and civic partners. 9,000 Muslim children attend weekend Islamic schools. The council coordinates teacher and mentor training sessions by bringing in renowned speakers and disseminating useful resources so that our youth remain connected to the community. Over 550 weekend school teachers and administrators have benefited from council programs to date. The council has provided training to 85 youth workers and brought together 118 MSA leaders to coordinate efforts at the first ever MSA Summit this year, resulting in the formation of MSA Chicago. For the thousands of Muslim children attending public school, the Council has prepared an updated resource guide on Muslim cultural sensitivity that will be distributed to the faculties of all Chicago public schools and other districts to ensure an understanding and positive environment for students in the classroom. Summer camp sponsorships, leadership retreats, and unifying MSAs are just some of the projects the Active Youth Department has done for our children, our future.
Today's social climate is quite difficult for young Muslims in America. Some are blessed with teachers who are forward-thinking and warm, but others are in classroom environments year-round where they're misunderstood, doubted, maybe feared, and this can really strike at a young child's self-worth. And low self-worth is all it takes for young people to begin making destructive choices in their lives. But then if you bring in a puppeteer, a storyteller, a hip-hop artist, videos, a dynamic reading list that can offer students a positive and very human experience with Islam, it's good for everyone, not just Muslims, because it'll build cohesive communities for America's future. And that's what the Council wants to do with its updated resource guide.
It cost the council $85 to mentor each youth last year. How many youth would you like to sponsor so that they remain connected to the community? Your donations are investments in the development of our future leaders. On May 21, 2009, the council took 470 Muslims, including many youth, to Springfield to advocate for issues like introducing Arabic in public schools and opposing online gambling. 6 Muslim youth served as Senate pages, and old and young, immigrant or not, men and women, Muslims felt powerful that day under the magnificent rotunda in the Capitol building, talking to senators and representatives from their districts.
For the first time in the history of the Muslim community in Illinois, we lobbied for general issues. We had 4 issues our community advocated for. The first one is to promote responsible environmental laws in the state of Illinois, and we did that in partnership with our faith partners, Faith in Place. The other issue was advocating against online gambling, and we did that in partnership with our partners in the Methodist Church. The third issue was advocating equitable school funding. And the fourth issue was advocating to introduce Arabic language and other strategic languages to public school. So alhamdulillah, it was a success. Everyone was excited. And next year, inshallah, we're planning to have 1,000 people from the Muslim community in Springfield meeting with their legislators and advocating for the common good.
I think one of the most wonderful experiences was being able to participate in the Muslim Action Day and to feel like I was welcomed personally as family by so many of the people that were organizing the event in the months leading up to it. It was a tremendous feeling to be included and to be welcomed that way.
It cost the council $40,000 to put together Muslim Action Day, which is $90 for each person who went. Next year, we want to take 1,000 people to Springfield to address issues that we can work together on for the common good. Your contributions can make that possible. Whether it be getting out the vote in the elections or advocating for the Charity Without Fear campaign, the Council works with several coalition partners to make the Muslim voice heard.
Assalamu alaikum. As you know, Cook County has a great large Muslim community, and they are a real part of our fabric and give us great things. And as the president of the county board, I'm happy to be here today.
I also look forward to saying Eid Mubarak.
We consider the council a valuable partner in our work, especially in organizing immigrant communities and letting their voices be heard. In prior years, we've enjoyed the work with the council in registering people to vote and getting people out to vote on election day.
The council is encouraging more Muslims to join state boards and commissions. It is also the Chicago Muslim voice for a national anti-usury campaign and President Obama's United We Serve campaign, where Chicago Muslim organizations submitted 82 projects to muslimserve.org. These projects showed that Muslims believe that giving back is not just a civic duty, but a religious one too. The council spearheaded a Green Ramadan initiative, encouraging mosques and individuals to leave a smaller ecological footprint. The popular Chicago Crescent has become synonymous with the council for being the unified voice of Chicago Muslims. Whether it's news about Muslims or written by Muslims, the Crescent is read by people of all faiths and professions.
In just 3 short years, the Chicago Crescent has become a household name in the Chicago Muslim community. Contrary to what one might think, it's not just Muslims who read the Chicago Crescent. Interfaith leaders, state elected officials, and law enforcement agencies all get the Crescent each month. And even after working on more than 20 issues, I still look forward to and enjoy planning for the next month. The Chicago Crescent doesn't cater to just one community. It doesn't cater to just one mosque or just one organization. The Crescent tries to present views and news and features from the diverse Muslim community which we are blessed to have in Chicago.
Working on a very lean budget, every penny that the council raises is spent very carefully as a trust to the community. If you feel unity, coordination, and activism is your priority, your dollars are safe with us. The council is looking for 1,000 donors who contribute at least $100 each month to support the council's programs and initiatives. Can you donate around $3 a day for the future of Chicago Muslims? The potential of the council is vaster than what we've already achieved. A lot has been done, but there's much more we need to do. With your support, the council can work for you and for the future of Muslims in the United States. Donate to the council, your council, today.